True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report.
Hello, Dodger fans. Welcome back to True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report. It's me, your trusted analyst, bringing you everything happening behind the scenes at Chavez Ravine. Before we dive into this market bombshell, I need you to do one quick but crucial thing. Subscribe now to our channel, True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report, and hit the notification bell. Don't be left out of the conversation. The Blue Crew needs to be united and informed. Did you subscribe? Great. Let's get down to business. It's December 2025. The hot stove is burning, and the speculation I'm bringing today involves a move that, if realized, could significantly alter the dynamics of our lineup and rotation. My analysis today focuses on a very interesting report coming from Bleacher Report, specifically the folks at BR Walkoff, who suggested a one-for-one trade that is dividing opinions in league corridors. The scenario is this. The Los Angeles Dodgers acquire outfielder Jarren Duran from the Boston Red Sox, sending in return our young arm, right-handed pitcher Emmet Sheehan. Let's dissect this with the precision you expect from me. First, why does this make sense? Looking at the current roster, we know that Andrew Friedman and the front office have been relentlessly seeking to reinforce the outfield. We have gaps there. Jarren Duran's name fits like a glove. We are talking about a 29-year-old kid, a native right here from Southern California, who brings an electricity to the game that few possess. Duran isn't just a hitter. He is an agent of chaos on the bases and a solid defender. His contract is extremely attractive, with 3 years of control remaining, meaning we would be getting the rest of his physical prime. However, the suggested cost is high, and this is where the conversation gets serious. Sending Emmet Sheehan to Boston is painful. Sheehan, at just 26 years old, is a talent we've watched grow. He has that Dodger way of pitching, intelligence, composure, and above all, elite stuff. And his advanced metrics last year were absurd. He ranked above the 90th percentile in strikeout percentage, whiff rate, and the ability to induce hitters to chase balls out of the strike zone. His fastball has that ride that confuses elite hitters, and his four-pitch repertoire is polished. From Boston's perspective, the trade is logical. They have a surplus of outfielders with names like Wilyer Abreu and prospects coming up, and a desperate need for young, controllable pitching. Sheehan, being from the East Coast, would fit perfectly into their culture and give them years of stability in the rotation. But for us, we are talking about giving up pitching depth, something we learned to value the hard way in recent years with so many injuries. A question that keeps hammering in my head while analyzing this data is, does Duran's immediate impact at the top of the lineup outweigh the loss of an arm that could be a number 2 or 3 starter for years? Continuing our deep dive here at True Blue Nation, we need to look at the big picture. Jarren Duran's value is undeniable. He is that type of gritty player who ignites the dugout. His elite speed and above-average defense cover exactly the deficiencies we saw in some crucial moments last season. Imagine Duran running the bases before Mookie, Shohei, and Freddie come to the plate. It is the definition of constant pressure on the opposing pitcher. Furthermore, the fact that he is local scores points. Players tend to perform a bit better when playing at home in front of family and friends. On the other hand, we need to be pragmatic about the opportunity cost. Our player development system, farm system, is rich, yes, but our current best prospects are concentrated in the outfield. We have talent knocking on the MLB door. Bringing in Duran, who has 3 years of control, essentially blocks one of those spots for a long period. This could force Friedman to have to trade those younger prospects, which changes the franchise's entire long-term strategy? Are we willing to sacrifice future internal development for a ready-made solution now? And of course, there is the Emmet Sheehan issue. The depth of our pitching staff seems robust today, but we know how cruel baseball is. One pitcher feels his elbow, another his shoulder, and suddenly that surplus becomes a shortage. Sheehan has already proven he can perform both as a starter and coming out of the bullpen in high-leverage situations. Losing that versatility is a massive calculated risk. Bleacher Report was right to identify that the needs of both teams align, but executing this trade would require the Dodgers to blindly trust that the rest of the rotation will stay healthy. My internal read of the situation is that Andrew Friedman loves surplus value. He rarely makes trades where he feels he's paying full market price. Sheehan has a very high performance ceiling. If he takes the next step and becomes an ace, this trade would look disastrous in hindsight. On the other hand, if Duran maintains his all-star production, he solidifies our offense in a way that makes us absolute favorites. It is the classic dilemma of immediate need versus future potential. At the end of the day, trading premium pitching for a position player is always a risky bet, but if there is a team that can absorb that risk, it is the Los Angeles Dodgers. In summary, the proposal to trade Jarren Duran for Emmet Sheehan is fascinating because it directly attacks the needs of both teams, but it charges a steep price from our pitching depth. We gain speed, defense, and an elite contact hitter, but we lose a young, cheap arm with elite metrics who hasn't even reached his maximum ceiling yet. It is a win-now move that carries future risks. Now, I want to hear from you, Blue Crew. Would you pull the trigger on this trade? Do you trust our pitching depth enough to let Sheehan go? Or do you prefer to keep our young arms and seek an outfielder another way? Leave your honest opinion in the comments below. I read everything and want to know what the Blue Nation thinks. And don't forget, for daily analysis, hot rumors, and passionate coverage, subscribe to True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report. Let's go together in pursuit of another title.